Snuggle up! I'm Blakey Kay, and we're going to make comfy gym jams today. Hey friends, welcome back. 'Tis the season for some comfy gym jams, and I made myself some. Today, we use the pattern for Pirates, Naughty and Nice PJs, link in the description below. And we decided to give Joann's a second chance using some Pure Plush. It's amazing and so soft, and some fur trim there too. It has iridescent flecks in it. It's amazing. But we didn't make our pattern straight. Oh no. I'm not able to do that. You must add a hood and make it ultra cheeky because, you know, it's sexy. Why not? So, let's do this.
This is Joann's Pure Plush. We're giving her a second chance. So we're gonna pin the back and cut it out. First, I want to make sure all my lines on the fabric itself, the pattern, line up on just about all of my pieces. And I like to do it in half like this. This fabric is plushy and amazing and wonderful, but it also sheds like a bee when you cut it. Kind of gets everywhere. Cut out all the pieces around the corner. Back, 2 pieces done. And I'm going to use my back piece and line the pattern on the fabric up. This is a great trick to line up all your pieces. It's just magic. It's like gridded wrapping paper, just a straight up gift. This little corner right here, this is going to be the bottom placket to our trim. Now that our back and front are done, we're going to work on the arms. Pinning them in place, and this pattern calls for a cuff. I don't want cuffs. I want to do my own thing. So I'm going to add roughly 4 inches to the length. We're going to use the ruler, line it up. 4 inches here, line it up there. Then you're going to cut the rest of the arm out. This won't be our only modification. We're going to take the same piece and lay it out, and again, matching up the fabric pattern itself. And we're going to do it again. And here I'm just trimming up a little excess. Next is the hood. This pattern needs a hood. It doesn't actually come with a hood, but we're going to put one on it because comfy, snug life. So I just made my own pattern from a hood that I have lying around. Now we're doing the leg and arm bands. We're gonna cut 2 long rectangles for our legs and 2 short ones for our wrist cuffs. There's our pieces. Let's sew them together. We are going to start off matching up the back pieces. This is our center back seam. And since we aligned all the patterns on our fabric pieces, we can just pin straight down the line. Matching up lines is like a Christmas magic. Christmas magic. Bringing it to the serger. You could use a regular sewing machine on a zigzag stitch or elastic stitch. Make sure you have a walking foot though, if you're gonna do that. Otherwise, it's gonna stretch your pieces out like crazy. All right, center back. Now we're going to do our center front piece. Right sides together, and there's a little notch on this, which is the bottom portion of our placket. So we're only gonna sew up to that portion. This fabric does have quite a bit of stretch going across the body, but not so much up and down. And after this is done, we'll have both a front piece and a back piece. Now we're going to pin the back and the front together, lining up the leg holes all the way up each side to the armpit. Sewing the side seam from our leg hole to our armhole. Flip it, and the other side. Let's do the same. serge side number 2. So yeah, we're just gonna sew right down the side here. Our main body is almost done. Next is the crotch. I actually intended on doing snaps, but completely forgot. If you were going to do that, you would do it now instead of sewing them shut like I'm doing here. Take it to the serger and serge it in place, right across. So we're gonna pin our shoulders together and do those little bad boys too. Both sides. All right, our main body is done. Now it's time to attach our hood, but we gotta put it together first. Go all the way around this big curve, and I made this a very oversized hood because it's oh so comfy. We're going to just serge around the entire big curve. It's snuggle time, y'all. We're attaching our hood. Make sure you align the center back seam along with the seam on the hood. Now we are going to serge our hood right on to the body of the fabric. I think if I were to do this again, I would alter the neckband just slightly. Now it's time for the arms. Arm numero uno. We're just gonna pin the armpit seam and the wrist seam, and we're gonna pin in a couple more spots. Take it to the serger, and away we go. Arm 2, same as the first, a little bit louder and a little bit worse. Oh, just kidding. Now both arms have been sewn, and we are going to attach them to the body. Just gonna pin it all the way around, making sure everything lines up. We took the little extra plate off of my serger just to get these little curves in here going around the shoulder seam. Arm 1. Arm 2. We're pinning it. Armholes can be finicky, and if you don't take your time, then you're gonna have extra ventilation. Serge it around so you can have nice, comfy, cozy, toasty arms. We're almost done. We're almost there, guys. Time for fur. This amazing fur, it has iridescent flecks in it of like little pieces of plastic. It's so freaking cute. It's like little snow glimmers. We're going to serge these wrong sides together just to make it an even length of fur trim. We're just going to reinforce the bottom edge of this placket and kind of give us a guide of where we're going to stitch on the fur. We're going to do a 1/2 inch on the sides and a 1/4 inch on the bottom portion of the placket. Go all the way to the edge. If you want a more in-depth look at how to do this, I really suggest actually looking at the Patterns for Pirates. They have a really in-depth video of how to do this. Link in the description down below. So we're going to measure 1/2 inch and align it to the bottom edge here. Pin it in place. Pins are definitely going to be your friend in this situation because things like to move, and we definitely don't want that to happen down here. Then we're going to take it and pin around the entire hood. I'm going to take it to the sewing machine, use my walking foot, and just stitch it straight down. Now we're going to take it over to the serger just to give it a more cleaned edge here around the whole hood. It really encapsulates all the fur and just makes sure that it is nice and flat. All right, next we're going to move on to the bottom edge of our placket. We're going to tuck the fur under the bottom portion of your placket here, and we're going to pin it down so we can top stitch. It has to be folded. It's a bit finicky. It honestly took me a couple times to do, but we're just going to stitch it down. So you're going to top stitch around the whole perimeter of your fur. This is really going to help reinforce the way that you put that bottom placket in. And it's also going to keep your fur from flipping to the wrong side while you're wearing your hood, because nobody wants that. That looks silly. Now it's time for our bands. We're going to do the leg bands first. We're just going to sew them right sides together across the short end, both sides, to make a continuous band. Now that that's done, we're going to fold it in half wrong sides together the long ways around the entire band. We're going to quarter these and eighth them as well, going around the entire thing, making them equidistant. And then we're going to do the same pinning on the leg hole itself. This is a really great idea for you beginners out there. It just helps you make sure the amount of stretch in your band and on the leg hole are equal. We're going to attach the leg bands to the leg holes, matching up all of our pins where we segmented off the different parts. We're attaching the second leg band. You do this to both the leg hole and the band, and everything will line up smooth as butter. Now we're serging our leg band onto the second leg hole so we can have a nice finished edge. Now that we're done, look at her. She's lovely. So now it's time to put the bands on the wrist. Basically doing the same thing that we did for our armbands as we did the leg bands. Just, quartering them off with some pins on both bands as well as the holes. This year I decided to decorate my sewing area because I wanted to be extra festive, and why not? It's super fun. It actually got me super inspired to make these PJs this year, and I'm so glad that I did. Now we're serging on our band to the armhole. Twist that arm a little bit, get it on there. I definitely can't wait to wear these jammies while we're decorating the tree this year. It's going to be amazing and comfy, and every year we get a real Christmas tree because they smell awesome. She's done! Look how beautiful this snow princess jammies. It's like newly fallen snow. Now it's time to put them on and go watch a Christmas movie. This Pure Plush is so soft and amazing, and I'll definitely be using it again. These plushy Jim Jams are perfect for the holiday season, and I decided to make Christmas cookies and some peppermint hot cocoa. They're so comfy and warm and cutesy, and I just absolutely love them with a little bit of sparkle around the fur trim. It makes them absolutely adorable, and I do in fact feel like a snow princess. And thankfully Joann definitely didn't let me down with this amazing plush. We'll give her another chance for sure. What's better to get you in the Christmas spirit than peppermint hot cocoa? And don't forget your peppermint stick for old Saint Nick. These turned out so amazing, buttery, soft, comfy amazingness, and they actually weren't that hard to make, so I'm probably going to keep them in mind for some Christmas gifts for next year. Now the cookies are done, it's time to go watch our movie. Christmas would not be complete without watching my favorite Christmas movie, The Muppets Christmas Carol. Let me know what your favorite Christmas movie is in the comments down below. Come find me at Blakely_Kay on Instagram, or you can like, comment, subscribe here for more. Happy holidays, and come back and see me in the new year. We're gonna have lots of great adventures together.